A parliamentary staffer has been stood down after another staff member came forward and laid a formal complaint of sexual assault. The Speaker, Trevor Mallard, this morning said he believed 3 cases of extremely serious sexual assaults cited in a report into Parliament's workplace culture were rape. The damning independent report revealed rampant bullying, bad behaviour and sexual assaults in the corridors of power. Our political editor Jane Patterson filed this report on how today unfolded.
This morning, the Speaker said it was his impression from the report that the assaults constituted rape, and he had the sense the man is still on the premises. Mr Mallard said he didn't know if it was an MP or a staffer, but if he did know who it was, he'd go to the police. The fallout from the report has seen party leaders coming and going to the Speaker's office, which has been a hive of activity today. National's Deputy Leader Paula Bennett told reporters this was an extremely serious situation, and the Speaker should involve the police immediately.
There are people here that are feeling unsafe at the moment. I personally am dealing with staff that are feeling very vulnerable and upset and describe themselves as feeling ill and uncomfortable and nervous.
Paula Bennett acknowledges people came forward because they were promised anonymity, and she respects their continued right to privacy. But she says she also has concerns for the welfare of people working there if they feel there's a known rapist walking the halls of Parliament. She says the duty of care is with the Speaker, but also extends to the report's author Debbie Francis if she holds information that would give any clue as to who that person is.
For me, it almost feels like they are harbouring a criminal. If they know who it is, I feel they have a responsibility on behalf of us all.
She's advising women at Parliament not to walk around alone if they're feeling unsafe. But Ms Bennett says it's the Speaker's job to make sure everyone does feel safe.
We have a responsibility to providing a safe workplace, and I don't think I can stand here confidently and say that's happening right now. And the Speaker has a responsibility to make sure that's happening.
The Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, met with the Speaker this morning and says Trevor Mallard gave her an assurance he's taking steps to ensure Parliament is a safe place to work.
At that point, I suggested that a meeting with all party leaders would be one way for him to communicate what he was doing, what steps he was actively taking to ensure the security of Parliament. That happened at 12:45 this afternoon. At that meeting again, we were all given assurances by the Speaker that he was taking appropriate steps to make sure that this is a safe place for people to work.
Ms Ardern was asked what she thought of Paula Bennett's call to involve the police.
All of the advice over the years that I've had from people who are experts, who have worked with victims, is that we need to first ensure that victims have all the support they need, but that everything actually needs to be decided by them. So the choice of reporting to the police is ultimately for them. Then, though, the responsibility, regardless of their decision upon us, is to make sure that this is a safe working environment.
Mid-afternoon, Mr Mallard fronted to the media.
A member of the Parliamentary Service staff has been stood down following a historic allegation of assault. I don't want to cut across any employment or possible police investigations, but I am satisfied that the Parliamentary Service has removed a threat to the safety of women working in the parliamentary complex.
He thanked the staff member who came forward.
This is obviously a very traumatic time for that individual, and will also be the case for other individuals, other women who are involved.
He appealed to the media to let the process run its course, and he says it's not his role to refer this complaint to the police.
It is the role of the woman involved. It is part of the ethics of New Zealand that you don't refer these matters to the police unless the individual wants to. That is a decision for her. Obviously, I would prefer if she did, but I will not be pressuring her.
Mr Mallard says it's his understanding the same person was responsible for all 3 serious cases of sexual assault highlighted by Debbie Francis, but he says he'll be making no further comment as the matter's now under investigation. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Jane Patterson.